What if your future isn't waiting to unfold, but is already being calculated? Not by fate. Not by gods. But by algorithms. Every click, every scroll. Every step you take with your smartwatch on your wrist is leaving behind something. A trail. A shadow. A digital echo of you. And somewhere, deep inside a server farm, that echo is becoming so detailed, so eerily precise, it might know what you'll do tomorrow before you do. Because here's the paradox. The more data we give away, the more predictable we become. And the more predictable we become, the less free we might actually be. But what does that really mean? Could AI actually map your entire life? Could it one day tell you who you'll marry? When you'll die? Or is the future still stubbornly ours? Let's dive into the science, the danger, and the strange elegance of prediction itself. Before we talk about your future, we need to talk about how machines try to understand the present. This vision began with Alan Turing's dream of thinking machines, the idea that human cognition could be simulated, even outperformed, by logic and code. It continues with deep learning, pioneered by legends like Hinton and Yann LeCun. These systems aren't just code. They're vast neural networks that learn by devouring patterns in enormous datasets. From your Spotify habits to your heart rate at 3:17 a.m., your data is food, and prediction is the digestion. The real breakthrough? Causal inference, championed by Judea Pearl. It's what allows AI to not just see patterns, but to guess the why behind them. In other words, it's not just what you like, it's why you liked it. And what that means for your next 10 decisions. If an algorithm can guess your next move better than you can, is it still your decision? Imagine this. Somewhere out there, there may already be a version of you. Not in flesh and blood, but in data. Your data doppelganger, a model that knows how you speak, when you sleep, what you desire, fear, buy, click. Social media, wearables, browsing history, GPS. Together, they generate a replica, a digital shadow. It breathes when you breathe. It learns as you sleep. And that shadow is being used for ads, for health predictions, for political targeting. Remember the Cambridge Analytica scandal? That wasn't just about privacy. It was a glimpse into a world where human behavior is not just influenced, but anticipated. In 2024, researchers at MIT developed an AI model that can predict a person's 5-year cancer risk with over 95% accuracy. A person's 5-year cancer risk with over 95% accuracy, using only medical imaging. No symptoms, no blood tests, just data. And that's just healthcare. AI today is increasingly used to forecast everything. From the next movie you'll watch, to whether you're about to change careers or even commit a crime. In parallel, Google DeepMind began refining foundation models to predict general human behavior across health, finance, even relationships. And in medicine, AI-generated digital twins are being developed to simulate your future body, predicting disease years in advance. Would you trust a virtual twin to make health decisions for you? This brings us to an existential riddle. If a machine can predict your life's path, do you still have free will? Yuval Noah Harari suggests that data-driven prediction may end the myth of the self as a free agent. We become hackable animals. And Shoshana Zuboff goes deeper. In her framework of surveillance capitalism, human futures aren't sacred. They're sold, turned into products to be bought, nudged, and manipulated. Regulations like GDPR emerged to combat this. An international recognition that privacy isn't just personal, it's political. The implications are chilling. If you can be nudged towards a product, can you be nudged toward a life path? Think of AI as an invisible GPS. It doesn't force you down a road, it suggests. But if you always follow the optimized route, is that still your journey? If AI could show you the future, would you want to see it? Or would the knowledge itself change your path? And then there's behavioral economics, with thinkers like Daniel Kahneman revealing that human decisions are often predictably irrational. AI doesn't just guess your best move, it guesses your worst too. But not everyone believes prediction is destiny. Enter chaos theory, popularized by Edward Lorenz. It argues that even the tiniest unknown variable can make systems wildly unpredictable. Then there's quantum indeterminacy. At a fundamental level, reality itself may be inherently uncertain. AI, no matter how advanced, will never have perfect data. There's always noise, always surprise, always you. Even in the most refined systems, there's a paradox. Once you know the prediction, you might change your behavior, making the prediction false. This is the prediction paradox. The observer changes the observed. So maybe, just maybe, the future isn't fixed. Juxtaposed with someone using AI for early cancer detection. Here's the truth. Prediction isn't evil. It can be beautiful. In 2025, researchers using personalized AI twins identified early signs of degenerative disease years before symptoms appeared. And federated learning, a method pioneered by Google and Apple, is helping AIs learn while keeping your raw data private. But there's a razor-thin line between help and control, between insight and surveillance. So ask yourself, if AI knew you better than you know yourself, would that be a blessing or a trap? And if this all feels familiar, well, it should. It's already been imagined in shows like Black Mirror, and dramatized in Minority Report, where prediction itself became a weapon. The reflection shows cascading code. We once thought the future was unknowable. That mystery was the price of being alive. But now the unknown is being mapped, not by prophets, but by programs. And as they learn, they begin to see us. So maybe the real question isn't, can AI predict your future? Maybe it's, what will you do when it does? If this sparked something in you, subscribe to Theory Spark.